Welcome all of you to the course on mobile communication and computing. In today's lecture, we'll be talking about or we'll be discussing about an introduction as well as the history of mobile communication and mobile computing. In the last lecture, we discussed about the few fundamentals which are related to the mobile communication terminologies, right? We discussed about what is mobile communication, and then we discussed about the different devices which we know we come across and we use in our everyday life, and then we discussed about the different fundamental as well as the the latest trends which we uses in our everyday life related to the mobile communication and then technologies. Now, in this chapter or in this topic, we'll know. So these are the topic which I'm going to cover in today's lecture. We'll have the wireless communication and then mobility terminologies, and then we'll discuss about the history of wireless and mobile communications. And later part, we'll discuss about a few topics which are related to that. What is the market rate? I mean, for the current telecommunicating devices and how it is growing, how it is potentially grabbing the market in the worldwide, and then at the end we'll discuss about the different areas of research where the user or the student they will get a more impact to do the research in order to invent any technologies or any standard development for the enhancing the mobile communication technologies. So first we'll discuss about what are the advancement in technology when we talk about the electronic computing devices and then technology which is in trend. I could say that almost every one of us we are highly reliable on the telecommunication devices. Every one of us we are having that the smartphones, right? The smartphone which is the configuration which are more or less equal to the laptops. I could say that the 4 GB or 8 GB of RAM and then 128 GB or 256 GB of the solid memory, and so which almost equal to the laptop which was used few years ago, and so will perform a lot of operation which most of the operation will perform in the use of laptops, right? And when you talk about the advances in technology when compared with the today's mobile phone what we have in our hand, and more computing power in a smaller devices, right? Here almost which is equal to the laptop or desktop computers what we had in the previous years. And when we talk about the size as well as the other elements, other factors, right, which is flat in size and then lightweight displays when compared with the highly computing devices like laptop and then desktop, right, which is no heavy in size, right, heavy in weight. And compared to that, we are having the flat and then the lightweight displays or mobile phones or whatever the tablet other devices which require the low power consumption. I could say that the mobile phone, the smartphone which we have today and which more or less we have near about 5000 milliampere. Now that may last for 2 days or 3 days and depends upon our usage, right? And then the third point I could say that the user interface for the small dimensions, right? Again, so the devices what we are using here for telecommunication, which is portable in size. So the display or the interface size might be 5 inches to 6 inches, depends upon the different product category, and so that will be well adapted to the user interfaces. How we are going to provide the interfaces instead of having the keyboards as we use in the computers and the laptops, and we used to have a separate keyboard. Instead that now here we have that inbuilt a touch screen keypad again, so that will more convenient for the users, right? Again, that will also reduce the dimensions. Apart from that, there are some other features, right? The higher bandwidth. So when we talk about that, so again, so these are related to the allocation of the frequency for the network services as well as the telecommunication services in order to transmit the data at the higher rate. And then apart from that, so whatever the telephone, whatever the telecommunication devices have today, and so that all those devices which have the capability of interfacing with the wireless LAN again, so that is the other dimensions of local area network, right? Our mobile devices which may comfortable to join with the wireless LAN, and then our telecommunication devices which will adapt with that wireless wide area network, and then we can use for radio frequencies and then Bluetooth. So if we have the smartphones and the smartphones which have the list of features, right? So that will be adapt to that new or the existing infrastructures. Apart from that, when you talk about the new electronic computing devices which are small and then cheap, when I would say that which is when compared to the laptops, the mobile phones are which is less cost and then portable. You can carry your mobile phone with you wherever you want, rather carrying the laptop or desktops, and then replaceable, and then most important, all usable. So here, so in case if you get any scratches or damage, and then easily that could be replaceable. Apart from that, when we talk about the mobile computing devices, again there are some technology trends in that. So devices are aware of their environment and then adapt. So this we can call it as the location awareness. When you talk about what is this location awareness, in the later part also we'll discuss detail about the location awareness. Suppose if you are moving to any network, say for example, if you are in a college and you use the college Wi-Fi, after that when you are moving to your home, in the home, suppose if you have your another Wi-Fi router, then depends upon your location, right? If you turn on the Wi-Fi symbol, and automatically your mobile will identify the locations, and then automatically it will connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is completely based on the location awareness services, right? And then apart from that, the devices recognize the location of the user and react appropriately. Suppose when we talk about the other the features, other technologies which would be call forwarding and then fax forwarding. When you talk about the call forwarding, again, so this is one type of telecommunication services which is provided by the network service provider or internet service provider. Suppose if your mobile phone is not in the coverage area, what will happen? We can enable these features. I mean, call forwarding and then call reception option. So that, so you can mention that the call forwarding option. Suppose if you are not in a position to contact, automatically your call or your connection will be diverted to the some other registered number, or you may opt for the voice services or voice messages, right? So you will get a voice messages whenever you are reaching to the networking positions. So these are the few the technological advancements when we talk about the telecommunication units. Then we'll discuss about the definition of mobility. Now, when we talk about the definition of mobility, we'll have the two elements. The first one is that user mobility and then device mobility. When you talk about that user mobility, user or any person, right, wherever you wanted to go. Suppose if I am in Mumbai, suppose if I am maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, if I'm going to my native place, maybe Tamil Nadu or Chennai, wherever it is, right, wherever I go, I need to get the services. So it's completely depends on the user mobility, and user can communicate anytime anywhere with anyone. So wherever I go, my network should follow it, whether whatever the network I use, whether it's Jio or Airtel, whatever it may be. And when we talk about the second element is which is the device portability. When you talk about a device portability, a device can be connected anytime, anywhere to the network. So whether this the device portability, which may device can move from one place to other places, whether along with the user or without users, right? Even suppose if I am carrying my mobile with me, this mobile should support to the infrastructure wherever I go, right? So by the way, so this should adapt to the infrastructure. So into the, suppose if the mobile move to the new infrastructure and new locations, so this should have the ability to adapt to the new environment, which is right. So that is a device portability. Apart from that, the definition of wireless we already discussed, and there is no physical wire attachment until that, right? So we are going to transfer the information. Well, what type of information could be, right? Whether it is a text, image, animation, voice, whatever it may be, that information that is going to be transmitted through the air medium. There is no physical connection between the two sending as well as receiving entities. Apart from that, and there are some other need for mobility creates and the need of integration of wireless network into the existing fixed network environments. When you talk about the fixed network environment, so these are the certain environments, the network which will be connected with the Ethernet. Along with that existing network, your mobile, telecommunication services that will adapt to that existing fixed network, whether it could be IEEE 802.11. So this IEEE 802.11, which stands for wireless LAN, right? So your wireless devices, that could be your laptop, when you're connecting to the fixed network, automatically that should connect to the existing network. Very similar to that, when you talk about the internet, again, mobile IP extension of the internet protocol IP. So again, so this mobile IP part we will discuss in the And in the 4G, 4G uses mobile IP, and apart from that, the wide area network, which we should know internet working with the 3G as well as IP, both the 3G and then 4G, which uses the mobile IP concepts, right? Where it will dynamically allocate to the IP. Next, we'll have the overview of that the different categories, right? I mean the fixed network as well as mobile network, right? The first, there are four categories. The first one is that the fixed and wired. When we talk about the fixed, is that so the devices which we are using for telecommunication, that is not going to be moved. It is going to be fixed at one places. And the fixed and wired category, and when you talk about the fixed and wired category, so here desktop computer in an office is an example, right? Because the desktop what we uses in the college, I could say that the college which is going to be a fixed, right? And so that is not going to be moved, and the connection to that device which is going to be through the Ethernet connection. So with the help of the Ethernet, and I mean that we can able to access the internet, right? So this type of category which will comes under that fixed and then wired example is that the stationary computers. The second category is that fixed and wireless. Now, when we're using this type of category, which is used for installing the networks and in a historical building to avoid damage by installing the wires, where there are some places where we are completely not supposed to install the fixed services. If you are using the fixed services or the cabling, so that may destroy the heritage of the building. So in that places or some other places where which is crucial, like the restricted areas might be uh, the border of the places, or might be some the landmark or the lands which are prone to the earthquake as well as the hurricane. In that places, right, the fixed wireless or fixed communication which is not going to be held. So in that cases, we'll use this fixed as well as the wireless network. So apart from that, there's some other application here could be a trade show to ensure the fast network setup. Instead of so where we need to have the setup only for a few days. In that cases, instead of having the connected wires, and then we'll have the fixed as well as the wireless combinations. The third category, which could be that mobile and wired. When you talk about that mobile and wired, so most of the laptops fall in this category. So users carry the laptop from one hotel to other hotel and reconnecting to the companies or the hotels network through a telephone on modem. So when we talk about this mobile and wired, and suppose if I have the laptop and I am using in my office, and the same in the same laptop which I am trying to connect to that other element or other offices wherever I go, if I use that fixed connection, so that means that if I am trying to use through the Ethernet cable, so that comes under this category. Suppose if the same laptop, if I am trying to connect through the wireless, so that will fall under this category, mobile and wireless. No cable restricts the users who can roam between the different wireless network. So whatever it could be, whether it is our mobile phone or personal digital assistant, laptop which is connecting through the Wi-Fi, all these things comes under this category, right? Whether it is a personal digital assistant or whether that could be a tablet, phone, or iPad, whatever we uses. All that type of devices which will fall under this category, which is mobile and then wireless. So we prefer the mobile and wireless category devices for to accessing the different features. Next, we'll quickly have the review of the different application which uses by the mobile communication telecommunication technologies. First, we'll discuss about the application which is used in the vehicle. So now, when you talk about this, the telecommunication advancement which uses the transmission of newses, right? Again, so suppose if you are driving in a car, the car will have the certain the basic functional unit which will be you will be having the transmitter and receiver, right? If you tune into the particular frequency, and we can get the FM or we can get the uses, right? Apart from that, if we have the GPS connection, automatically that will connect with the satellite or the other internet service provider, right? And that will give the road conditions, might be whether it is one way or what is the traffic condition about the particular road, right? And we are all might be using the Google Maps, right? So we use the Google Map to find the shortest path. I mean, we need to find out uh, suppose if we want to find out the route, or if we wanted to go to some unknown places, and if we want to find out the route, and what we'll do, we'll turn on our mobile, and then we'll use our google Google Map, and then we'll enter our source and the destination. The Google Map is smart enough, which is connected with satellite, and try to find out the shortest path between your source and the destination. In case in between, if it finds no, there is a huge traffic, automatically it will make you to, or it will suggest you to take the alternate route or diversion, so that you will reach your destination quickly. So again, so this is also one of the application of telecommunication devices. Apart from that, we'll get the weather forecasting. Suppose if you are moving in a particular place through vehicle, and then if you have this futures, internet futures, you will get the weather forecasting, whether that in that places we will get heavy rain, or is there any other no natural calamities, right? Apart from that, the personal communication in using a cellular. When you talk about the personal communications, right? Now, earlier generation people, they had they had to carry their mobile phone in the car, and then they are connected with the charger, right? So very similar to that nowadays, whatever the mobile phone which are having, and we can carry with us, and then wherever we go, if there is a network connectivity, and then we'll get the personal communication services, whether it could be the text or call or whatever it may be. Very similar to that, the other applications like the position identification using GPS. So this is, as I mentioned earlier, with the road conditions. So here GPS stands for Global Positioning System. So here, so this will exactly identify the position where you wanted to go, where you are standing. Right. So here we'll find out the landmarks, and then we'll find out the route to the destinations. Apart from that, there are some other features or application when we use the telecommunicating devices. Inter-vehicle communication for accident prevention. So here now the smart vehicles, are we say that the self vehicles or self-driving vehicles or driverless cars are that devices, are that vehicles are which is created, which is developed in such a way that the devices will have the communication among each other, so that it will try to identify the distance between the other devices, so that it may avoid the accident prevention. The communication or the data or information exchange which takes place between different devices to avoid the collision as well as accident preventions. And then apart from that, vehicle and road intercommunications for the traffic control, and then signaling as well as data gathering. So this I explained with the road conditions, right? Depends on our GPS position or application. We'll try to find out the different factors, what is the traffic, and then how much time it may require to reach the destination, right? All these informations. Apart from that, there are some other application which is specially for the emergencies, which is the people who work in the ambulances, right? They will get no if the ambulance is equipped with the advanced communication telecommunication devices, right? And the person or the nurse or the daycare who is there in the ambulance, and he or she may directly they can contact the hospital or emergency services, not to provide the first aid, and to getting the other resources. Suppose if the ambulance is equipped with the high monitor as well as devices or high end cameras, right, from the vehicle, and so they can enable the camera features, right, from the remote center or from the hospital, the doctors can see the condition of the patients, as well as they may suggest the prescription, or they may suggest something, what are the things to be immediately given to the particular persons whenever he is no the patient is goes in ambulance. Apart from that, the police department, and so they will try to get the information about the location of the particular element, as well as where to go and what are the things are happening. Very similar to that. So this helps early transmission of the patient data to hospital, and then so regarding the situation reporting, as well as the condition of the patients to be immediately informed to the hospital, so that the hospital will be ready with that to attend the patients whenever the person reaches the hospital. So this will know how this, say for example, I could say that the car which is embedded with the different communicating devices, like it might be having the sensor, and then GSM module, and then or I could say that the cameras, right? In case if the car or any vehicle made an accident, the car which is inside the vehicle, or which is built-in camera, so that will be activated automatically and take the picture of the collidal car, and that image will be sent, that image will be forwarded to the nearby emergency services. whether it could be an ambulance or whether it could be the hospital or might be the police station, or the same image which could be sent to the owner of the vehicle in case if the mobile number is registered, right? By seeing that the condition of the place or condition of the vehicle and other managements like hospital management, right? Immediately they can send the emergency services to the where the spot or the spot where the accident has been happened, right? The apart from that, the some other applications when you use the telecommunication devices, which music as well as video, and so here you are using the mobile phones for the different applications, right? You can hear the songs as well as you can use the videos, and then you can make video call and then voice call, and then you can do the live streaming, live matches, I mean live crickets, and then you can watch the live the videos, right, which is live streaming videos from wherever it's live program which happens, right? So these are the few applications which are related to the telecommunication units which are related to the vehicles. Now, so this is again a simple diagram which is going to demonstrate, right? So here, this is the highway land in that. So there are a list of a car which is moving, and one is equipped with the 3G, and then so this the devices which are, I mean, the car which are highlighted in the green. Let's assume that all these cars are which is in the specific geographic locations. All these cars which is connected with the HADAC area network, and all these cars which are exchanging the information, right? And they are passing the signals to each other to avoid the damages. Very similar to that. So here this is an ambulance vehicle, right? Which is it is going to broadcast the information about the patient's condition to the nearby emergency services, right? Apart from that, so these are the telecommunicating devices, whether it could be personal digital assistant or cellular phones, might be the GPS or sensor, which will be keep on interacting with the environments, and it will sensing the or it will be fetching the information, and that is going to be broadcast or transmitted to the other communicating medium, right, through the satellite, or maybe from the fixed station or computer to the satellite to the broadcast. So these are the simple scenario where the different entities are present, how the information which has been transmission takes place from one device to other devices to have the proper, I mean, the transportation without the accident or collide. The second application I could mention is that again, if this is related to the business or the person employee, suppose the person work in a particular place, right, and if he can able to access the files and the company documents stored in the central locations in case if it is in the local area network or some other technology. Suppose if it is connected, this is again if the person is stored in the drive or somewhere the central part, wherever I go with the help of the internet connectivity or the telecommunicating devices, I can download, I can access the files once if it is stored in the central repository, right? Again, so where that could be the collaborative work environment, right? Where I can share those files to my co-workers, right? That work will be splitted and that can be done easily. Apart from that, access to the email and voice messages with the help of the telecommunicating devices, right? Depends on my internet connectivity. And the next application will be the replacement of the fixed network. As I mentioned earlier, there are sensors, remote sensor, so which are used to sense the particular conditions like weather and then environment changes and then road conditions, right? So in that places, right, where the natural calamities are possible in that places, right, placing the fixed wire again, that is going to be crucial. So when we talk about the wireless communication, so this can be spreaded or this can be scattered. The sensors can be scattered in the highly sensitive places like the borders, right? So that sensor which will keep on sensing the some information. Say for example, any person is crossing the particular place or any vehicle is crossing, right? So that information that will be going to be passed to the base station, and based on that information from the controller point, they will take a decision, right? Again, the flexible workplaces, and then lands for legacy building. So again, so this is for the historical building where they don't want to destroy the heritage of the building. Apart from that, there are some other applications like entertainment and then education. So here outdoor internet access, right? And then intelligent travel guide, up to date location dependent information. So this is, I could say that GPS positioning, global positioning system is an example. And then HADAP network for multi-user scheme. So here with help of the internet, I mean, you people are playing the multiple games, like, and where the multiple people they will be joining through the internet, and so they can take part of in your interactive games. Now again, so these are the some of the telecommunication devices. Also, this we discussed in the previous lecture also, right? And there are sensor pages, right? And then the mobile phones, right? This was the standard mobile phone which was used to for transmitting the voice as well as data as well as the simple text displays, right? And then personal digital assistant, right, which was very similar to the small pages, right, which was used to transmit only the smaller type of, I mean, text messages, right, which will be synchronized with your phone and you'll be getting the messages. And then the palm top, which is very, the portable computer, I could say that, right, again, so which will be smaller in size. Early it was very similar to our the smartphone size, right? And the next could be the fully functional or fully operable device, which could be a laptop. So here depends upon the performance which is increasing from the sensor to the laptop, right? So here the laptop, which is highly configured devices, right, which could be capable of performing the complex tasks again, so which has been normal computer to the supercomputers, which is advanced today. Again, when we talk about that, so far we are talking about the different functionalities, right? Now, what are the impact of portability on the device design and the functionality? So when we talk about this point, now how we are going to cope up these elements, so that our devices could capable of doing, are capable of providing all type of services. Now, first thing is that we need to think about the battery capacity, how our telecommunicating devices, which is going to provide a power or power backup to our all our devices, right? How it is going to use for a particular day or 2 days or 3 days, depends upon the usage of our phone. So which is limited computing power, and then low computing as well as smaller displays, and then the smaller disk, and then so here that could be the memory smaller in size. Listen all of you, and suppose if you this meeting is finished, and after 10 minutes you can join with the same link, because it may take a few more minutes, I mean, maybe 5 to 10 minutes to record the complete videos. Suppose if I start the lecture immediately again, so I'm facing some problem recording the video again. So last lecture I faced the same issues. Once if this meeting ends, wait for 10 minutes. After that, you can join in the meeting again. I'll start the meeting after 10 minutes once if this completes. Can you all understand? Yes, anyone can reply in the chat box. Yes. Okay. Okay, fine, fine. Fine, fine. Stop responding. Next thing is that we'll discuss about the device vulnerability. So wherever, when we talk about the telecommunication, right, the security is more important, right? Whenever if any manufacturer if is producing, or any network service provider providing the services, right, and so there should be the chances of vulnerable, right? And when we are manufacturing any devices or any mobile phones, so the device should be more rugged design, which is required to withstand the bugs. So here when we talk about the bumps, could be any damage. Suppose if your mobile fell down, right, what is the reliability, how your mobile phone know, which may avoid the damages even if you are putting your mobile down. And then different weather conditions, suppose, I mean, this could be the heater proof, I mean heat proof, as well as the waterproof equipment. So even if pour the water on your mobile phones, whether your mobile withstand with that type of things, right? So again, so these are the how your mobile which is reliable with these type of factors, right? And then the limited and then simple user interfaces. Now again, this is completely depends upon how your device which is going to be interface with you, right? The smaller size, and then the compromise between the comfort and then usability and then portability, keyboard size, right? And the integration of character and then voice recognitions. And then there should not be any limited memory powers, right, day by day. So here when you talk about this today's are and current trends, now memory is not a issue, right? Now we are getting the advanced equipments where we have 8 GB of RAM and then 250 GB of memories. So these are the certain factors we need to consider, I mean, the organization or industry they consider before developing any telecommunicating devices. Now, there are other factors to be considered, right? When we talk about compared to the fixed network, right? Now, when we are using the telecommunications again, so in order for the transmission of the signals, now the network service provider they need to think about there are certain factors how the signals right, which is going to be interference with the due to interference there will be loss of signal. Suppose now if you are using the radio signals, now if the radio signal penetrates through the walls again automatically the length of the wavelength will be reduced, right? Suppose I could say that suppose if you are sitting near to your Wi-Fi router, so you'll be getting the better access speed. Suppose if you are staying in a room where in a closed circle where your access pointer is far away, in that cases you will get no less speed. So this is completely depends upon the distance as well as the other factors, right? So here the electromagnetic signals so which are no prone to launch the speed depends on the interference, right? Might be the multipath as well as scattering. Whenever the electromagnetic signals scatter on the walls and some other surfaces, automatically there could be loss of signals, right? And then the other thing is that the limited availability of useful spectrum, right? And when we talk about the spectrum is that the frequency which is going to be allocated to the service provider for the access, right? Now when we talk about the GSM again, you might have heard about that 2G spectrum, 2G spectrum, and few years ago, I mean, you might have heard about the news, right? The 2G spectrum, 2G spectrum, right? What actually that was means that, right? That was the process of the government, which was TRA, Telecom Regulation Authority of India. So they were allocating the frequencies to the different network service provider like Airtel, Vodafone, Jio, and the other telecommunicating service providers, right? So here there are the limited spectrum, and all the telecommunicating services or the network service provider they need to transfer all they need to provide services within the restricted frequency band. Apart from that, low transmission rates, right? Again, so this is depends upon the density of the population of the particular location, right? Again, in the metropolitan areas, again the data transmission rate will be less when compared with the rural areas, where in the rural area the number of subscribers will be less. When we talk about the highly densely populated area, that places subscriber will be high. So suppose if the data the connectivity which provides again lower in transmission rates, automatically there should be the higher delays as well as jitter whenever we are using this electromagnetic signals or radio waves. Again, there should be the again the lower security as well as simple active attacking. So now here all the data which we are going to transmit through radio signals again. So whenever if any person tuning the particular frequency, and you might have seen that in the movies, you might have seen that. I mean, the attacker or the terrorist they might be trying to crack that what the communication which takes place by tuning into the particular frequencies, right? For that, again, we need to impose certain security mechanisms, right? So that the signals will be transmitted in a secured way. So what actually they will do means in other military and other communications, right? People they will not send the actual information. Instead, that they will transmit in the information in other forms. Might be the Morse code or other no encoded forms, right? Again, at the receiving side, the people they will be receiving the message and then they will be decoding the message and then they will be conveying the information to their members. Again, the one more important thing is that when we use the telecommunication medium, always there is a shared medium, right? Because whenever we talk about the wireless and the service provider, what are they going to share, right? And so that